Welcome, hi again. This is Renee Mass with Alter Property Investments, and today I have a guest. His name is Matt Lee. He's a realtor at Royal LePage from Kingston, Ontario.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So Matt, how did you get started in real estate investing?
Well, I actually started investing in when I was actually 19 years old, and I bought my first house, and I actually decided I was going to renovate the house and sell it. So I did a flip before it was a TV show.
Okay, great.
That was my first introduction, and we did actually two more before I moved here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what is it you focus on now for investments?
Well, when I actually met my wife, she was investing in properties and buying and holding. So we started sitting down and working the numbers, and it really turned out that was a really good way to go. So we actually buy and we rent, partly to students and partly to working people.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what is it you particularly enjoy about student rentals?
You know what? We have a really good group of people, and we keep our units at a very high quality. Anytime we're talking to the tenants, we always make sure that there's an open line of communication between us and them, and that they will call us if there's any issues. But really, because of going in and renovating the units, everything is like they're very happy.
So this is great. This is passive income for you.
Yeah, well, you would think so. No, there's always going to be bills. So you want to make sure that it's a long-term investment.
Okay.
Anybody that says to me when I'm looking at selling property to them, they're either going to buy it for a family member, student, child going to school, or if they're going to buy it for an investment, we talk about how long-term they're looking, so that they know what the inflation rate is and also what their return likely could be down the road.
So would you recommend a first-time investor to invest in student rentals?
Yeah, I think that we'd have the open line of communication of saying, are you going to look at the Queens rental? Because the prices are different at the Queens area downtown than there would be at the St. Lawrence. If you're going to look at different areas, you're going to look at different pricing. Different work comes with that. So if you're going to look at the student rental area closer to St. Lawrence, I would say that maybe you have to be a little more hands-on. And I would say that you're on the property cutting the grass, making sure that the garbage is taken out, and that it's kind of a continuous thing. I mean, that's just a personal point of view, but that's what I would be looking at.
Slightly more maintenance?
Yeah, it's I think that it's a part-time job either way you look at it.
Okay.
But I think that it's one of these things that you want to make sure that they know that you're around and that you're taking care of the property.
So any advice for first-time real estate investors?
Yeah, I think that going back to the part-time job thing, I think that we need to talk about this a little bit further. I would say that if you don't have time to go to the property, make sure that you have a property management company that's helping you out. I think that being at the property, cutting the grass, making sure the snow is removed, the tenants feel respected, and they also will keep the property nicer inside. And I think that it's very important.
Okay. Do you have an example from a learning experience in the past or something you're working on now?
I've run into people that will talk to me about their property being a little dirty than normal, or they'll say that things have gone by the wayside, and when you get to the property and the grass is too long, or there's bushes that are kind of covering part of the house and it looks older and run down. If you're not taking care of it, why would they? So I would say if you're keeping up on the property, you're gonna get the same respect back.
That's a good point. Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Passive income.
Yeah,
It doesn't really exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's great. So Matt, tell me, how do you stay at your best? What do you do to become that peak performance?
Well, I think it's structure. I think that basically you set up what you think you need to get done in the day. You do the difficult things first.
Oh, good one.
And carry on with your day. You want to make sure that the clients that you've had in the past still know that you're around and that it's not a laws of free trade. They got their house, you got your commission, and you move on. You want to make sure that they know that they actually mean something and that you want to carry on the relationship.
So you're building relationship constantly.
100%. And I think that it's one of those things that feels like it can be something that can be put off, but it can't. It needs to be first thing in the morning. Whether you send cards or you make calls or whatever you do, that needs to be sitting on your desk first thing.
That's great advice. That's great advice. So where do we find you online?
mattlee.ca.
Great.
Yeah, very easy. So
thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
We'll see you again.
Thanks.